Jonty, it must have been nice to get on the out on the recreation ground paddock as you spoke ahead of the Bradford game, or after the Bradford game, I should say. Lads didn't train last week, haven't trained Tuesday. It must have been nice to get these lads down in a bit of a training session for the first time in around about 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've had a mini off season, haven't we? With what's going on and the numbers we've had and injuries and players and whatnot. Like you say, and what's going on in the background. It was the first time we've trained 2 weeks tonight, and to be fair, it was good. We had a decent little session there, plenty of numbers. Down to do something, I mean, you know what I mean? Plenty of numbers for the team, but plenty of numbers to do some training. And yeah, it was a good last session.
Like you say, good to get on the paddock, and maybe, whatever has been going on over the last few weeks, it's good to maybe the lads to get on the paddock when they know there's no pressure on, say, of a league game, and just go out there, maybe enjoy themselves. There seemed to be plenty of laughs out there tonight, but drill down ahead of Sunday's game.
Yeah, there was. I labelled last week as a free hit, didn't I? And it was a free hit against a real good Bradford side, and we're not training and that, go and express ourselves, and we've done that a bit too much and coughed too much ball up, didn't we? But this Sunday isn't a free hit. This Sunday's a game we've got to win. We've got to be in among it, and to do that we've got to be better with the ball than what we were last week. So we've concentrated a lot on, done some stuff tonight where about completions and putting pressure on teams by building that pressure and finishing our sets well. So if we need to stand a chance of winning on the weekend, we've got to do that.
Just quickly looking back at that Bradford game, you mentioned at the time the heat, you coughed up a lot of ball, and I didn't want to ask it in the heat of the battle on Sunday, but obviously what had gone on in the week, the lads not training, obviously what had been going on for a few weeks in terms of pay and such things, it must have just all snowballed into and took its toll on Sunday.
More of an avalanche when it was the snowball, like, let's be honest. The club's struggling, and Les went out and put the message out there, and I think it was the right thing to do, because it was just... We need help. We needed help. We still need help, and that does have an effect. And we, like you say, we didn't train because of the pay situation and because of numbers. By the way, we only had 7 or 8 available last Tuesday to train, so it's pointless doing anything. And obviously, I didn't have a team for Bradford till about 12 on Saturday. That's when I finalised me 16, not me 17, me 16 for the Bradford game. So 100%, it took its toll on the lads at the weekend. They were a real good side. I thought that's probably the best they've been. You know what I mean? Sam had played his first home game. Michael Lawrence was back. Franklin Pellier was unstoppable. Arabi Doro he's probably one of the best forwards in the league, that lad. And he's not the biggest, but he's just so strong. And they've done a real good job on us. We were way off the mark. And on that small field, and when you're not completing, you just facing them big men constantly on the back foot, and it took its toll, and that's what happened.
You labelled last week as a 3-hit. You've already mentioned it's not a 3-hit this weekend. They're going against the Doncaster side who are doing well. There always seems to be that sort of side who gets promoted, whether it's back ourselves back in the 2021 season. Barrow done it a couple of seasons ago. They come up and finish 4th, I think it was. They're challenging in and around the playoffs at the moment. The Doncaster, they're going well, and obviously beat Toulouse last week.
They're good for the money, aren't they? They've got Arnie's got a real experienced side there with plenty of Super League, even NRL experience, and a lot of Islanders. And when them Islanders are playing well, mate, you know what they're like. They're all big, strong men, and when they do the right thing, they take some stopping, and they're going well. Like, they deserve where they are in the league. They deserve that. The league table doesn't lie, and we've got a big task on Sunday to get some out of this game. And like I said, last week was a free hit. This isn't. It's a game we need to really concentrate on to get them 2 points to stop in this division.
You mentioned they're going well. Obviously, a lot of water's gone under the bridge since that game at Doncaster, but it was a game where your side found themselves, they were comfortable in before Doncaster got back in it. So it shows, while they have got Super League and all that experience, your side were able to more than comfortably deal with them. For hopefully you'll be looking for the same on Sunday.
That's any team we play, John. If we do the right thing, you're in the games. Any team in this league does the right thing, they're in among games. It's when you don't. And for most of that game at Doncaster, we did, and we got in that decent lead, and then we get a man Simbi, and we don't keep all the ball as much as we should, and we end up being lucky getting a draw to that game. I thought Doncaster were looking not to win. So it just shows you it's whatever. Say it every week, it's whatever we turn up like. If we turn up on Sunday and complete eye out of yardage and executing good ball and defend on the back of it when you're fresh, because you're getting through your sets rather than knocking on and defending 2 and 3 sets on the belt, if we do that, we're in with a chance, haven't we? And that's what we need to do.
You spoke after Sunday's game in terms of injuries. You mentioned how Curtis T has been playing with a niggle, Rio Corkill, Will Evans, Lachlan Hannigan. What's the latest?
Rio didn't break his hand. It's swollen, he's in pain, but he'll be playing on Sunday. Lachlan Hannigan Payne again with his injury, just a pain management thing. He'll be playing, and Curtis, obviously not training Tuesday has done Curtis a world of good. He just needs to keep that groin as little movement as possible until a Sunday. But unfortunately, Will Evans he's done the recurrence of his foot injury, done it witness. So Will's in the boat. He's been in the boat since Sunday. It's now Thursday. He's got to keep it on till this Sunday or next Tuesday, I think it was, and see what it's like for next week. But he's definitely missing this week. He could be doubtful for next as well.
Couple of lads new to training. I said new because obviously Callum Shaw was up, but he played last week. But obviously, you know the situation last week. He had Sam Ackroyd up as well this evening. He'll be available next week.
Yeah.
How is the sort of bodies and such things looking? There seems to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, we're getting there. But obviously, Joy's back this week as well. But Gebby's starting his 2-match ban in knee, and it was good to see. I thought Callum Shaw went really well on Sunday at Doncaster, at Bradford, considering he only met the lads at 1:30. That was his first time he'd seen any of the lads, and I thought his carries were good. He defended pretty well on the edge. So he reminded us a bit of Harvey Badden when Harvey come, you know what I mean? So we didn't get much ball in good ball, did he? But his carries and yardage were good, and like you say, he defended and double D'd a couple of times when we didn't have the ball. Yeah, and obviously Sam Ackroyd's trained tonight for the first time. He's not available this week, but he's at half out, play 9, and he'll be spelling notes off at 9 when he just come back, and he's had a good session today. Service looks really good. He talks well, so yeah, hopefully we'll get to see what he's like next week.
A little bit of a negative as well. Ben Hersey has picked up a 1-match penalty notice, which come from when Sam Campbell had got sin-binned. Bit of a strange one, because if Ben had gone, it would probably have been sin-bin sufficient, but he now has to miss a match. Is that something you'll be looking at, or do you accept it?
I think the tough one's on there, because if you appeal it and you don't win the appeal, you probably get 2 matches then, and I can't afford. Not for being out for 1 game, but for being out for 2, it wouldn't be great, would it? And I thought he was unlucky because Sam did lift the leg, he let go, but Ben was round the waist when, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like Joy's at Swinton when the foot was up in the air. It was just over horizontal, but Ben was round the waist more or less. So we've got to choose it. I'll have a good crack with Ben after the game on Sunday, see what we need to do.
And finally, obviously, you mentioned obviously all that has gone on this week. There's been a big push, try and get these terraces as full as they can on Sunday. We know we're as a club we're going back to the same people, but how good it would it be to just after what the squad's had over the last sort of few weeks, really maybe even last few months, to try and get these terraces as full as possible, and the people of Whitehaven and the people who support this club back the squad after what's been a difficult time.
It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? It's what the club needs. I know, like you just said, we're asking the same people over and over again, but we were getting 4-figure crowds at points last year, 900s, thousands, 1100s. Even if you got something like that, a 900 or 1,000 gate would be brilliant, Jordan, compared to what we've been getting, and it'd be much needed cash into the coffers that the club need. And it's out there now, the real state of the club, what it's really like and where we're at, and hopefully the fans will come and support the team.